Hi guys, Sanjay again here. So this week we are going to be talking about financial planning, and we have somebody who is an eminent expert in this domain, to say the least. Somebody with 26 years of experience in the market, Mr. Balaji Rao. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Sanjay.
I'm going to jump directly into the topic, sir. So it's something that I've also heard about, this topic. People have told me to start with investing in insurance when I was 21 years old. But today, the buzzword is financial planning, to really secure your future. So what is financial planning and why do we need to have that in our lives today?
See, if you look at historical practice, which I can also say traditional practice, people buy products in a very sporadic manner. See, you just started with the term insurance. So you didn't talk about stocks, you didn't talk about post office savings, you didn't talk about mutual funds. In insurance, you didn't talk about health insurance, or was it life insurance?
It was life insurance, just to clarify.
So, see, that did not come directly, no.
Correct.
So, the financial planning actually talks about, or rather indulges in all these products that is being put in a basket.
Okay.
That's why it's called financial.
Correct.
So your stock
It's not talking about one thing.
is financial, part of financial market.
Correct.
Your insurance, health and life. And you talk about mutual funds. Then you talk about post office savings.
Correct.
Talk about real estate.
Right.
Well, all these things are part of financial planning.
Got it.
So instead of investing or discussing about individual products.
Actually, sir, could I pause you there, right there? You used one very key word of investing, and you used it differently to financial planning. So are you saying investing is part of one of the pillars of financial planning?
Of course, no, you're investing, no. So maybe you'll ask a question, why would anybody invest?
Right.
So the normal answer anybody would say, why would you invest? They'll say, I want to make profit. I think that is a very selfish term to use.
Right.
I'm investing because I want to make profit.
Sure.
I'm eating because I'm hungry.
Sure.
So you have to enjoy, no, eating is enjoying.
Correct.
Your hunger anyway is going to be taken care of.
That's a byproduct.
That's hunger. Yeah, exactly. It's a byproduct. But you have to enjoy eating, no?
Correct.
Like that, making profit is an outcome.
Right.
It's a byproduct. But you should enjoy that process of investing.
Correct.
That is what is going to be a key factor when people understand what exactly is financial planning.
Got it. So what is it?
What is planning end of the day? I think the one common planning that we have heard is family planning. So normally people say that after a couple get married, first 2 to 3 years, you should not plan for a kid. See, not plan for a kid. That means they are planning. What are they trying to plan? Oh, we both of us are young. We need to financially get stable.
Right.
If a new person, like a child, will come into our family, expenses are going to increase. So let us financially get prepared and then have a kid. See, first step of planning started there.
Correct.
Then they will say between first kid and second kid, there should be at least 4 to 5 years of gap.
Correct.
That also was planning.
Correct.
So you have to send your kid to school on the 4th year or 3 year 10 months. That's a planning.
Correct.
So that family planning term has actually got elevated, or I would say has went to further step.
Sure.
On financial planning, because life is all about events and events.
That is actually a very good point.
That events requires planning. When you go on a holiday, you can't just bump into some bus stand and try to say, "Chal yaar, I will go to this place."
Correct.
Seats are not available.
Correct.
Tickets, you want third AC, only seating is available.
Correct.
Oh, then you will think, oh, I should have planned earlier here. So this is where I think planning is something people have not taken it seriously.
Right.
So making a financial plan is extremely critical and important for somebody's financial and life success.
Okay. So that actually leads me into my next question. And something I struggle with personally also. Is there a right age to begin this formal process of financial planning?
See, when can a person normally start planning financially? I would say when you start earning. That's when you have access to your funds.
Correct.
When your parents were funding you through their pocket money, or rather through your pocket money, that was not funding. In fact, they were trying to take care of your day-to-day need because you are not financially viable for yourself.
Absolutely.
So when you talk about financial planning that you're starting for yourself, the month, the year you start working and you start earning, that to start your financial planning.
Okay.
There is no second thought
Yeah.
that I will take a couple of months off. I will start after 3 months,
There
6
is no
months.
excuse
There
to-
is no excuse. It is just like a cricket match. A 50-over life is just like 50-over cricket match. 25 years you start earning.
Correct.
You live for 75 years, for example. That 50 years is your number of overs that you got.
Right.
Life has already set a target for you. That means you are going to retire some 30 years from today.
Right.
Your children are going to grow up
Correct.
the next 25 years.
Correct.
So that life target is I need 1 crore, 2 crore, 20 lakh, 30 is your target.
Correct.
If you start early, you need small amounts to invest.
I was just going to say, so why start early?
Why
So what
start
are the
early means
benefits?
the best thing, because in cricket, no. If you start scoring 5 runs per over, if you need 250
Correct.
runs to score in 50 overs.
Correct.
If you start scoring 5 runs or more from the first over, you're not in any pressure.
Pressure.
But if you waste 5 overs,
Correct.
suddenly the run rate goes up to 8 runs per over. That is where
Absolutely.
you start making mistakes.
Correct. Correct.
So don't lose that initially. That's what financial planning teaches you.
And it's very inexpensive also, right? From even my example, and I mentioned insurance. So when I got a job, I was told take life insurance. So this person told me that I'm going to come to your office and sell you an insurance product. And there was another lady who was 27 years old and I was 21. The same policy, I'm paying a premium even today of about 9,000 per quarter. And I think she had to pay almost 5x the premium because of her age. So I think, like you said, insurance may be just an example, but
No,
it's just
true.
more inexpensive to start early. It's going to cost you less to start saving.
See, people don't know. Insurance is about mortality. Mortality means the time we are going to live healthy and the time we are going to live as such.
Right.
So a 25-year-old person has a more chance of living
Correct.
till 75 years.
Correct.
But if you start at 40, your 75 has not changed, but the number of years you live has reduced. So
Absolutely.
obviously the risk has increased now.
Correct.
And what insurance company is doing? They're increasing the premium to offset that risk now.
Correct.
That's why you're paying more.
Correct.
So what you could have paid 9,000 rupees when you're 25 or 26,
Right.
you will pay 15,000 for the same amount
Absolutely. And that-
5 years later.
And that concept holds good with any financial planning product also. Correct?
Anything. The simple mantras, Sanjay, start early, invest wisely,
Right.
retire young.
It leads me to one other question amongst those three is how much do you start with? Because somebody told me as a formula, I know there's really no archaic formula for every person, one size doesn't fit all,
Absolutely.
right? Somebody told me about 40% of what you're getting in, and so when you start earning money, 40% should be what you save. Is that,
No, I don't think I agree
is there
with
a
that.
formula like that?
Not exactly, not like that. See, when you are 25 years, you finished your education, you started a job.
Sure.
You are getting some X salary.
Sure.
So if you think that how much will I invest, first I think normally people will do is first they spend. If anything is left, then I will invest.
Correct.
That's the biggest mistake people will do.
Right.
Okay, if you go on spending, there's nothing left. That's what Mr. Warren Buffett also said. If you start spending and then thinking of saving, there's nothing left. So,
Correct.
how much to save? I don't think you should put any, a box to tell people that save 40% or 50, 30%.
Sure. Okay.
Until you are not married, actually speaking, until you don't have a financially dependent family members
Right.
like spouse and kids,
Right.
you will not get that seriousness of to what I'm investing for.
Sure.
Because investing is all about objective. You can't be a nomad. Okay, nomad means I don't know where I'm going.
Correct.
Today I'm here, tomorrow I'm somewhere.
Correct.
But once you get married, you know exactly
Right.
your life goals.
Right.
But it does not deter you from not saving just because you're not married. Right? You can start 25. You will say, boss, I have no goals today, but I want to save 5,000 rupees every month.
Right.
Okay, so you can save 5,000 every month.
Okay.
And the biggest opportunity what people have not realized is that you can invest just 500 rupees as your starting amount.
It's a good point.
So if you are earning 50,000 rupees, can't you put 500 rupees every month?
Correct.
And if you take a 1 lakh rupee worth of health insurance
Right.
as sum insured, all you have to pay is 1,000 rupees per year.
premium.
Is
Correct.
it a big amount? That amounts about 100 rupees per month approximately.
Correct.
So you have to simply, it's not about how much of my salary I should be investing.
Correct.
It is about how simplified are these things that I'm covering myself.
Very
So
good.
financial planning, if you learn financial planning,
Correct.
you will get to know, no. I will tell you may not need 40%, yeah.
Right.
You may need 30%.
Correct.
Or you may need 50%.
Correct.
So financial planning teaches you to put those goals in front of you.
Right.
And what is financial planning? You asked the question. Financial planning is to ascertain how much money I will need based on today's cost.
Right.
Add inflation to that. How much it is going to cost in the future? That is what is planning, no?
Correct.
It's like going from
Absolutely.
here to, you have to travel from Bangalore to Mumbai. You check first, 1,000 kilometers. I have to take this route. If I take this route, I will reach early.
Correct.
I will stop here. I will stop there. Breakfast here. Petrol
Absolutely.
there. What are you doing? You are actually planning.
Right.
You fill your petrol tank. You check the air is filled in your tires. Your stepney is right. Your jack is there.
Correct.
What is this end of the day? You are planning so that something goes wrong.
Correct.
You
are
have
prepared.
you are prepared. So
Correct.
financial planning is just about being financially prepared to face life contingencies that will come
And the
without
uncertainties
notice,
are correct.
uncertainties, plus the biggest threat, inflation, that will eat into your purchasing power. So if you start early, if you save something,
Right.
that is going to help you a lot
Correct.
to meet those goals of your life.
Correct. And I think one thing that we had discussed a couple of weeks back also is really when you put it down on a piece of paper, on an Excel spreadsheet,
Absolutely.
it makes a world of a difference, right? I think really, like you said, 1,000, say supposing somebody starts with a very small salary, 1,000 rupees still may sound very big in that person's mind, but when you actually break it down, per month it's 100 rupees.
Yeah.
That's nothing. So really when you start to put it down on a piece of paper and stick to the plan, I think it makes a world of a difference rather than just talking about it, thinking, oh, I need to save 5,000. Just thinking about it in your mind versus putting it on paper makes a big difference also.
See, generally, 95% of the people, okay, they are not disciplined by nature. Discipline means tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock, I'll get up and go for jogging. You only decide today, but whether you will go tomorrow or not is not sure. Maybe you will get up at 5 o'clock for 1 week.
Correct.
8th day, it's 5 o'clock, I will sleep half an hour. What matters if I start at 5:30? What happens if I don't run today?
Correct.
I have run 5 days, I think I should take 2 days rest. So you broke the discipline, no? So that is why people don't build the bodies like Salman Khan or Hrithik Roshan.
Right.
Because only 5% of people have bodies and curves.
Correct.
Why? Because they are disciplined.
Disciplined.
Why I don't have that body like Salman Khan? I'm not disciplined. So financial planning actually teaches you discipline.
Fair enough. Good point. And my last question, sir, for today is really, okay, people have decided, they made up their mind, they know what's financial planning. Question is, where do I put in that money now?
So I don't think it is the right forum and time to discuss where to invest.
Sure.
See, financial planning is a elaborate learning process.
Understood.
Okay, and it cannot be standardized. That means one size does not fit for
all.
everyone.
Fair.
Right? So it should be more of what is your age,
Yeah.
what is your income capability, what is your risk, what are your goals. Some people may say, my goals are very limited here. I just want to buy a 10 lakh rupees car. But somebody will, no, I want a 20 lakh rupees car.
Correct.
Somebody might say, I'm happy going to Ooty.
Correct.
Somebody might say, no, I want to go to Switzerland here.
Right.
So each one have their own goals.
Correct.
Somebody may have a different lifestyle.
Correct.
So financial planning actually teaches you to meet your set expectations.
Correct.
So learning that today the technology has grown. You can actually teach with tools.
True.
You have statistical data to prove the inflation in the past and the perceived inflation in the future. What was interest rate 20 years ago?
Correct.
What is it today? What is it going to be in the
Going to be.
future? So how
Correct.
to plan? No. So this becomes a wonderful learning opportunity.
Right.
And anybody can learn. People cannot say, I'm an engineer, will I understand financial planning? It is not like building bridges on the river. It's not as
Correct.
difficult.
Correct.
Okay, it's not a complicated operation that you have to do on a brain that somebody has got something.
Right.
Financial planning actually is a simple concept. It all depends upon how it is being taught.
Correct.
The hand holding one can do to the participant.
Right.
And then why can't anybody and everybody can do financial planning?
Fair
It's a
enough.
universal subject.
Fair enough. So on that note, I want to thank Balaji Rao for taking out the time. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
And without me having to, pose that question, he very simply answered the question. financial planning is for everybody, right? You don't need a specific degree or a qualification. It just comes down to making up your mind, sticking to a plan, and really being disciplined with the right people to handhold you, to show you how to go about financial planning. So thank you so much. Hopefully this gave you a bit of a flavor towards this topic. And if you have any questions, do feel free to reach out to us. And thank you so much, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.